Look at, oh no. Why is that one always? Why is it having problems? I don't rightly know, Captain. All right. Hello, hello, hello. And wiggity whack. Hey there. Hello and welcome to Wise Guys Entertainment. This is your host, Wyman. Today we are going to be joined by Phillip Diaz. Do I have that right? I believe so. Of Lost Pages fame. And let me do. Sweet. That's cool. All right. So today we'll be discussing Phillip Diaz's The Lost Pages from Zade Comics. And for those of you who don't know, this is something I learned through one of the other streams. Zade is a clever way of spelling Diaz backwards. So if I'm not mistaken, it's the Diaz brothers who have released this book on Indiegogo, and they decided to name their company Zade, which is the reverse spelling of Diaz. So let's take a look at the intro movie.
The Lost Pages, in the minds and hands of Zade Comics, comes the first book in their connected universe of heroes, with a cover by legendary illustrator Simon Bisley. The Lost Pages is the story of a magical book in the hands of a homeless man. Within it are tales lost to time, of heroes from different eras and walks of life, all protecting humanity from evil. As the word of the book is spoken around a trash fire, new crusaders of justice will be revealed to this world. A supernatural vigilante on the hard streets of Chicago named the Silhouette. An ancient sorcerer battling horrific myth on the high seas known as Wild Card. A modern-day mental monster from the mind of a bodybuilder babe, Crimstone. And a pulp hero from the 1930s, a master of disguise donning the mask of the masquerade. This is just the beginning, for in the future these heroes and more will come together to write the end of the world. But for now, the ink of life flows on every page. Will you be there to read it? Only on Indiegogo. Only on Indiegogo.
The very end of it. Oh my gosh. Only on Indiegogo. Oh my gosh. Funny. All right. So, welcome everyone who's joining so far. Hey, Fayed. Good to have you. Excuse me. Sorry. I'm trying to get something on my stomach because I really haven't eaten much of anything today other than candy and water. I shared the link to the stream with Phillip, so hopefully he gets that. All right. So let's check out this campaign. Stories of the heroes that will come together to right the end of the world. Cover by Simon Bisley. Was that the right pronunciation? Or Bisley? Bisley, I think is. At least that's how it looks to me. They're already at 519% of $3,000 flexible goal, and they've got 3 days left in funding. Well, actually, let me do a refresh. This should be current, but let's confirm. 15,587. Yeah, that's really good. 519,000. Whew. Can't ask for anything better than that. So you get 60 pages in this graphic novel. And it's the first book in their connected universe. So it sounds similar to what Peregrine is doing with their universe. They're doing a lot of world building on both of these books. So it has to do with a mystical book that finds its way into the hands of a homeless man. Stories lost to time of heroes from different eras, backgrounds, and genres are revealed. Paired with a bonus comic containing a 4-page short story for every character. A 4-page short story for every character? That's a lot of characters, I would think. That'll expand with stretch goals. You'll get the most stories and content for the whole universe. So the next stretch goal revealed is $16,500. So that's about $1,000 from now. So everybody who hasn't, please back this book. If you've already backed it, back it again and again and again and again. Let's see here. If anyone has questions, be sure and post them into chat so that we can find answers for you. So the $16,500 stretch goal is to add Vane 4-page short story to the bonus comic by Sim Poitier, and then the Vane trading card by Preston Acevedo, aka the Good Preston. So checking out the artwork, it's pretty cool. I have to say, this one female character always reminds me of let's see, Vasquez from Aliens, the one who had the what is a repeater rifle or railgun. Just checking out the different characters here. Cover by Simon Bisley, whose credits include Lobo, Batman, Judgment on Gotham, and ABC Warriors. Wait, ABC Warriors. All right. Hey there.
Hey,
How's it going?
what's up, man?
Hey.
Sorry, my phone didn't notify me that you messaged me, brother. I'm here.
It's all good. It's all good.
Good to see you, man.
Likewise, man.
Yeah, I see you're already checking out the campaign here.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Oh, man. So we saw the intro video. We started going through the overview.
Awesome.
And just started reading up on the next stretch goal that's in lined up and targeted for the. So is the Vane 4-page short story going to be the first of several short stories based on stretch goals?
Yeah, so it's actually the third one. We've already blasted past 2 of them. So if you guys get that bonus comic, the bonus comic is filled with short stories. It already has stories about the main characters in it. So you're going to get a Masquerade, Crimstone, Wildcard story in there. And then as we hit those stretch goals, we unlocked the new characters. So Vane is the next one, and then the final one, we're thinking about having it if we get to 20K. That one's going to be a big one too. If you guys like Kyung Lee and his manga style art, we have a kind of like anime manga style hero in this universe as well. He'll be doing a story for. So super excited about that.
Oh wow! So when you reach that goal and you have that manga style character, does that mean Kyung would be involved in helping write the story behind it? And
So I have the character already fleshed out.
Oh, all right.
We actually got his trading card in today, which is going to be drawn by another crazy manga artist in CG. And if you know your CG manga, then you'll probably could guess who that's going to be. But it looks phenomenal. And I'll be working with as much as Kyung wants to contribute to the process of the 4-page short story. I would love to have him give some insight into that, because he's been around the block. He's been that's his jam for sure.
Right on.
And it's something different for me. This whole project is kind of different speeds for each of these stories, right? And they're different genres. They have different themes that are involved in them, and so it kind of lets me work out my writing muscles. We're dealing with pulp heroes. We're dealing with inner monologue, and some stories there's not even inner monologue. It's more of like a poem, like that wild card story is a poem. So there's a lot to dive into here, and I wanted to show off kind of like how eclectic we could be here at Zade Comics.
Very cool. Now, let's see. Let me rewind a little bit. So it shows that you have 2 campaigns. Let me see. Let's see what the other one was. I forget. I'm sure I checked it out previously.
Yeah, this is...
You did... Wait, is that Magic Hop? Hold on.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that was our first foray into graphic novels and crowdfunding. That was the first one we did.
And if I remember correctly, that's doing really well too.
Yeah, it's actually sold out. We sold out all of the physical tiers. If you guys want to read it, you guys could pick up the digital copy. Or there's one more tier if you guys like Elliot Fernandez. He did a beautiful cover for our ash can, and that is up for grabs too. It's gorgeous, man.
Digital comic, right?
Yeah, that was fun. It was our first time being introduced into CG as a whole, and we got welcomed with open arms, man. We started small. It was just my brother and I on the project, plus a colorist. We got Pablo Romero for the cover, and we were in all the streams every day talking about Magic Cop, getting people hyped up for it, ready for it, and it's crazy because you could see right there it says the first 60 days ended with $4,751. And then when we went in demand, we made almost 10 grand just being in demand.
Yeah.
So it was so cool. And then on top of that, for the Lost Pages, we blasted past that 2-month funding. Like we got 7 grand in the first day for the Lost Pages. So, CG has been really good to us, man. Awesome fan base.
Oh man, yeah. You guys did those blockheads for Magic Cop. Are you doing it for Lost Pages?
Yes, I believe that was our $8,000 stretch goal. So everybody that is going to be getting a physical book will actually get the printout for a blockhead, but it's going to be our silhouette character. It's going to be of the silhouette. And even if you do decide to get a digital copy, you'll get the PDF of that printout too, so you can print it out at home and put it together.
Oh man.
So yeah, it's fun stuff, man.
Yeah. Excuse me.
So there's our hobo. Yeah, so there's a lot of characters in here. And whatever you want to do, we can go through them, talk about them a little bit, because there's a bunch of artists as well for each story. There's different artists.
So can you give us a highlight of the different characters on this panel?
For sure.
No?
This was a panel that I really wanted to highlight and have in the book, and then especially have on the campaign page, because it kind of like in one image sums up what's going on in the story. We have the hobo there at the bottom in the center holding the magical book, as you could see, and he's telling these stories and kind of telling these other homeless people, these passerbys, what's the deal with the book? You know, he's the one that is meant to read from it, and they tell the stories in it, tell these tales of heroes from all around the world that are soon going to come together. And so here we have at the top left of the screen, we have the silhouette, you know, the vigilante cloaked all in black. He's like a ghost. He doesn't remember his past at all, but he is kind of has an urge to rid the city of crime. Very, very dark character, keeps to himself. Across from him on the right is the Masquerade. He's a really important character, a character from a different era. He's from the 1930s. He's a pulp hero, basically like the Green Hornet, the Shadow, characters like that. Really, really fun character. He speaks in rhymes to mock his enemies, and he's awesome. Very master of disguise type character. Below him is Taz. Now Taz is the second half to Crimstone. There's Taz, who's the girl, and then Crimstone, who's the monster. We can see her there. She has her mask on and her sunglasses, kind of like to hide her secret identity. She is a big part in both of the books as well. Right in the center is Wildcard. He's our sorcerer. Like if you like Doctor Strange, and kind of like characters that deal with mythology, like Wonder Woman as well. He's always fighting mythological creatures. He's an apprentice to Merlin and lives forever. So he's awesome. And then the other three are actually characters that these are kind of like Easter eggs, because they will be in the bonus comic.
Okay.
And they'll be in future stories. But in the main book, this is the only time we see them. In fact, the one at the very bottom right in the white, her name's the pianist, and she was actually our first big stretch goal. Now my brother Brandon is going to be drawing the 4-page story that goes along with the pianist. It's going to be her first appearance. She's like this 90s bad girl style sexy assassin who gets hired, basically like a female hitman, right?
All right.
And yeah, she's awesome. Doodle Bags is going to be doing the trading card for her. So as well as the extra stories that you guys are going to get in that bonus comic, everybody is going to get the trading card, so you know who these characters are. It's going to have like a little bio on the back. And then the other two, the one in the helmet, he's actually our anime manga style character. His name is Drift, or Drift Legend. That's the one that Kyung Lee is going to be drawing if we can get that big 20K mark.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then the one below him, we haven't really talked about her yet, but she's kind of a big important character in the long run. We'll see her later. She's kind of like our X-Men character. She's a late teen, maybe like 18 years old. She has these new powers, doesn't really know how to use them. Her name's Matte Black. Yeah.
Okay. And without revealing spoilers or anything, if you can, what is so you've got this bum, this homeless guy who discovered this book, and he's suddenly like become a storyteller, and he's sharing with other homeless people these stories about these heroes from different universes. What is his motivation? I mean, is he just doing it to kill time, or is he trying to send messages from is he kind of like a criminal, like a Moses or a
Yeah. So yeah,
chosen one to
he's he has
everyone?
he's trying to send a message, kind of like to bring call attention to these heroes in the world. Um, and he's kind of like that sage figure. He's kind of like a Moses. There's more to him than we see right now on the surface.
Okay.
He is going to be an important character. His motivations, may not be. They might be selfish motivations, but the book is as an important character as him. Uh, it's not just this hobo story is not just a passing by story. It's in between each of the heroes' tales, but by the end of it, there's going to be some action in there as well, and we're going to see who the hobo really is. Yeah.
Okay. Nice. All right. Is this all right? So you got the silhouette. Is this part of the 4-page?
No. So everything you're seeing right now is from the main book.
Oh,
From
okay.
the yeah. So even that hobo part, and then it'll say bonus comic, and then you'll see some like images from the bonus comic down below. So yeah, I really wanted to show off as many pages as I could. So I stuck with 2 pages per hero, so you get a feeling for them. The pages are completely done, fully lettered as well. So people that want to jump on there, they can read through some of the pages here. And yeah, this is the silhouette. This is the second page of his story, kind of like the title page. The first time you see him in all of his glory, strolling down the street. And this one's a dark one. Like I would say this one's the most mature out of the stories. Definitely, people are saying they get Sin City vibes, and I'm a huge Sin City fan. And yeah, I'm really excited about this one.
Very cool. I like what you did. Well, not only with the fact that he's a silhouette, but the way you guys inked it.
Yeah, with the little white in there too.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's great.
that's such a cool effect.
Thanks, man. Thank you. Yeah, Maxie's doing a great job. And like I said, this one is a lot of internal monologue. You're going to see prostitutes. You're going to see drug dealers, and a lot of classic street crime, because the silhouette is walking through the city at like 3 a.m, right? And he's just like looking at everything around him and how much he hates everything, until like the reason he exists is for those small glances of innocence in the city that he could protect.
Yeah, definitely is a hero then.
Yeah.
So we've got Wild Card, art by John Joseph Ball, colors Eugenia Bativa.
Yeah. Though that's it's actually crazy. A lot of people know Joe Ball. He does the art for Superhero. He's an amazing artist, good friend of mine, and we've had a lot of kind of like hardships, not myself, but Joe has with colorists. Colorists kind of have a pain in the ass trying to color his inks because he's so detailed. He puts so many lines down on the page.
Huh.
But I sent it off to Eugene, who's the colorist on Magic Hop, and this is what he came up with, and I think it's awesome. Eugene is such a good colorist in the fact that he's so versatile. He picks up on the themes of the story and just runs with the colors and what they should be. And Joe is really happy with it, and I'm super happy with the colors as well.
Yeah, looks pretty nice. Yeah.
This is actually the story that is set to a poem about sirens, because Wildcard is a pirate on the high seas in the 1600s, and he runs into these beautiful women on the shores who sing the siren song and make his crew members turn on him. So he's got to deal with his own crew that's fighting with him, attacking him. He's got to deal with these sirens who morph into these horrific bird women. If you scroll down to the next page, you'll see that. And then as well, these skeletons that are climbing up the side of his boat too. So a lot of crazy mythology going on in this one, all set to a poem.
Huh. So who's the author of the poem?
I wrote everything. So this is an original poem by me from about sirens. Yeah.
So did you write the poem fully intending on putting it to
Putting it to the comic?
yeah, putting it to the comic. Yeah.
That's a great question, and I haven't been asked that yet. No, actually, this poem I wrote when I was in college and for a writing class, and it was about sirens. And you don't really know it until you get to the end of the poem, and it's kind of like a revelation that I have been writing about these sirens for the whole thing. So I always had that, and I really liked the poem. And when I went to do, I wanted to do a wild card story because I've had this character for a really long time. I'm like, well, I have this poem, and then the scenario just started coming to me when I was reading this poem. So I did add some more stanzas to the poem to make it longer, to add some more beats with action in it, and then after that, I wrote the comic script based on the poem and based around it. And the cool thing about this one is I don't think there's any dialogue. I think it's just sound, maybe some screams from some of the pirates, and just the poem. So it's going to be definitely a different take on a comic. And that's what all this is about. CG, crowdfunding, making comics is just experimenting. And I wanted to see how this would flow. And it just got me really excited about making this story for Wildcard.
That's really unique. I think it's true. I think it's a great idea.
Thank you.
And it's an interesting art style, especially when you got the lines.
Oh yeah.
In history class in high school, you learn about all the early explorers and how they had to, because these were new lands to them, they wanted to document everything, like Lewis and Clark. So they do all these drawings of all the fauna, all the animals, any people they come across, any edible foods or foods, and they'd have this particular drawing style. This is kind of reminiscent of that, I think.
Yeah, I totally get it. Kind of like that etching. It's very historic, and I think that's perfect for this one because it's based in history. You're kind of pulled out of that modern day setting where the hobo is, where the silhouette is, and you're thrown into this history lesson for sure.
It's pretty awesome. I like it.
Joe's detail is crazy. His pages are insane, man. So cool.
Yeah. I mean, I would imagine you'd have to be a pretty able colorist to color this kind of stuff, because you've got, like you said, with all the detail.
Yeah.
You need to be able to account for that. It's not as simple as taking a can of paint tool.
Yeah, for sure.
And doing a fill action, because you'll miss all the little fine colors in between those fine lines.
Right, yeah. Eugene's doing a great job.
Yeah, that's cool. Let's see. Being immortal leads Wildcard through time and the tales stick. Is it pronounced staccato?
Yeah, staccato.
All right. And to save me from looking it up, what does staccato mean again?
So staccato is a musical term. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Latin. A lot of music terms are Latin, But a staccato is like when you're reading music and there's a staccato symbol. It's very precise and uh, earpiece. So it's like if you were doing a note and you were holding it, it's like dun, a staccato would be dun, you know. So it's like a pinpoint, um, very on off sound. So when
Oh,
you use staccatos, it's like da, 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 da. It's like repetitive and yeah, brief, I should say.
okay.
So instead of holding a note, you let go of it very quickly.
Oh, all right. Man,
Yeah. Here's the definition wise. So performed with each note sharply detached or separated from the others.
okay. Man, all this freaking detail.
Look at that detail. Awesome thing about this is, we have a bunch of traditional arts. I'm so fortunate to be working with these super talented artists, and we're actually selling a lot of the art on the campaign page. So this page we put up last week. I actually went to Maria's. She's local here, good friend of mine, and I picked it up from her house. I scanned it in, brought it over here, and we put it up on, I think it was Monday. We
Uh-huh.
put it up for sale, and this morning I woke up and it was gone. Someone bought it.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so that's awesome. That when we sell pages like this, it's so cool that we're able to do that and bring the art to the fans. Like I can't
Yeah.
wait to see that piece, a picture of it framed on the guy's wall. It just brings so much joy to us because uh, it just shows people are liking the characters we're creating and the art we're putting out, and it really helps the campaign. Um, these pages, hopefully someday they'll be worth even more if this series takes off. People really like what we're doing, and we come out with more of it. And as well, when we sell these pages, they help the campaign. They also help the artist too, for sure.
Yeah. Damn. So, did the finished piece have this lettering? Grim's.
No, that's just an overlay. I actually have. If you want to look at the finished piece, I have it here. I could pull it up.
Oh yeah, yeah. Because you have that scan image, right? Or
This is actually the original. So if you want to look at that.
holy crap!
That's the size of it, man. This is the size of all the pages Maria's doing. All the pages, yeah. So if you like Maria's work, it's just gonna get crazier from here, man. There's some sweet action scenes, as well as a double page spread, which
Yeah,
we'll take a look at it in a second. But yeah,
it's 11 by 17.
yeah. Oh yeah, man.
Whoo! That's awesome.
Yeah,
Goodness gracious!
the pencils and inks, man. Beautiful.
Wow, that's wicked. Yeah, congrats to that person who won, who scored it.
Yeah.
Whoa! I mean,
Yeah.
these kinds of images with all the detail are the types you just literally just sit and look at it.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree.
Detail. You spend half an hour just marveling at it. Wow.
Yeah, this is one of my favorite characters. If you guys love '90s comics, the Max, Lobo,
Oh yeah,
uh,
the Max. Yeah.
yeah, characters like that, then this is the character for you. Kind of comes from my love for Lobo and Simon Bisley. Actually, I'm a huge Biz fan, a huge Lobo fan, and so is Maria, the artist. She loves Lobo. We actually bonded over that. That's how we met, was over Lobo, and so I kind of came up with this character who is extreme and bombastic like Lobo, but it kind of turns that thematic character on its head, because this monster guy, Krim, he's actually the childhood imaginary friend of Taz. So in the story, we're going to see her as a little girl. We're going to see him as a little monster, which we could see there inside of her head. He's a little younger there, right?
Yeah.
And as she grew up, she forgot about him, and he was pushed back to the back of her mind, left to be devoured by these inner demons of hers, these mental monsters, anxieties, and whatnot. And so he had to fight for his life every day to keep both of them alive in her head until he just raged out and turned into this jacked, crazy, violent monster that just wants to kick some ass.
Man.
It's something different, you know. Her detail is crazy as well. I think these colors match it perfectly. We got Steve Cannon on colors for this one, and he comes back into her life, and they become a crime fighter because of it. Yeah. So there's some like mysticism behind him because she gets super strength when he's around now. Like if you scroll down to the next image, this one's actually the double page spread that we have up for sale. So that's 2 big 11x17s, and yeah, that is awesome. So if you guys are looking for a big wall piece, this would be the one to get, man.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Oops.
Yeah, that is so cool. I mean, she's just killing it. And you know, when he starts fighting, it's as if like black light has turned on, so his tattoos glow. You know, all the blood that he's dealing out is crazy neon colors. So it's really fun to read.
So once he stands up for himself against the demons in her head, he actually becomes an entity outside of her mind, outside of her imagination.
Yeah, well, it kind of happens with like some trauma when she's older. So she hasn't seen him in 12 years.
Okay.
This story with Crimstone is kind of the most origin story centric one in the book because you see her and how she grows up, and so something happens that it kind of like shocks her and then brings Crim back into her life, so she could see him again, she could talk to him. And that's the thing too, since he's still imaginary, he's only visible to her, so no one else sees Crim but Taz and the readers, which is it's kind of a cool aspect because you get that like Eddie Brock Venom relationship where he's like egging her on, no one can hear him like talking shit, and only she can. So when she's kicking ass, sometimes we see him, sometimes we see her kicking ass.
That's a good way to put it. Nice. Oh, speaking of, you're saying it kind of makes you think of the tattoos kind of start glowing as.
Oh yeah.
You had it, had them under a blacklight poster. Have you guys considered? Well, I have to look at the tiers again, but have you guys already explored maybe doing a blacklight poster?
We thought about it. I think in the future that would be awesome. We have a lot of crazy cool. I think like for Magic Hop 2 would be awesome to do a blacklight 80s poster. That style would glow so well, and Crimstone would be an awesome blacklight poster too. You know, we're just starting out. This is our second campaign, our second book, but in the future, I want to do all that, man. I want to do statues. I want to do crazy posters as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, that would be so fun. It's a good idea.
Is Magic Hop and the Lost Pages 2 entirely different worlds and stories, or are they somehow interrelated?
So they're different universes, right? But I'm going to tell you, if you guys get the bonus comic and you get Magic Hop 2, which we're working on right now as well, you might see a character that is in both of them that will explore down the line, because they're in totally different universes, but there might be some crossover characters in there.
Oh man.
So
cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. I like this shot of the masquerade.
Oh yeah, man. That so this is totally an homage. This shot specifically to the old '70s Shadow series by Denny O'Neil. He was the writer on that.
Okay.
Yeah, so rest in peace, Denny. But the first shot, that first page of the Shadow, introduces the character, and he's like big. He's standing over like this train, this like elevated train, and he's got his guns, and it says introducing the Shadow, and it talks about who the Shadow is and his crazy cast of friends. So I really wanted to do an homage to that, and then, it was perfect. Unfortunately, perfect timing and with Denny's passing. That stinks. He was a legend. He's done so many awesome comics. But kind of my tip to the hat at what he did in comics and with the Shadow, because I love the Shadow. So the narration as well is very golden age, pulpy. You get the narrator talking about the setting. Things like Batman 66 were a big influence. Meanwhile, back in the Batcave, stuff like that. So again, trying to give a different feeling in every story with every hero, to really explore genres of comics, because this is what the Lost Pages is all about. It's having stories in there for every comic fan, um, across all genres.
Oh, I was just looking at the Q in the name Masquerade.
Uh-huh.
At first, I couldn't make out what it was, but I see that it's like roughly half the mask's face.
Yeah, yeah, inside the queue, yeah, yeah. That's fun stuff. The logos are awesome. Alan Alonso, who actually did the art and colors for this Masquerade story,
Uh-huh.
is doing a lot of our logos. He's great with logos.
Oh, wow. Sweet. Damn.
Yeah, a lot of people are digging them, and
Uh,
I'm kind of surprised that all these modern comic fans are really loving the old school Masquerade. I think it's because we don't see a lot of characters like that anymore,
right.
and I think it's time for them to come back. It's kind of like a lost hero archetype.
Yeah. uh,
Digging it,
stuff.
thanks, man.
Romeo and Juliet. What's that say? Oh, Macbeth. Okay.
Yeah, so this right here is actually one of the stretch goals that we hit. So I really want to get the most content out to all the fans so they know about these characters, because it's kind of hard to show all these characters off and get their personalities across. So what I'm doing is, with the stretch goals we've already hit, we've unlocked a trading card for each hero. So everybody that backs a physical copy is going to know who these characters are. They're going to have the bios on the back and beautiful pieces of art on the front. So this is the Masquerade trading card everyone's going to get. Passion for Drawing did a great job on this. And if you guys love original art, that the black and white inks, 11 by 17 big Bristol board is up for sale as well.
Man. Too cool.
Yeah, classic pulp like pose protecting the lady. So fun.
Yeah, and what an awesome job on the woman and her facial expression. And
Yeah.
it's kind of reminiscent of the whole Dick Tracy artwork, I think.
Yeah, for sure. Both Alan and Passion are big fans of that style, and they're doing such a great job. They're making my job easy selling this thing. The art is just killing it on all fronts here. I couldn't be happier.
I love his outfit here, like a swashbuckler with the cape and the parts that
Thank you.
go over the shoulders and across the chest.
Yeah, he's another. All these characters we've been working on for a really long time, and the Masquerade. Since the beginning, he's had that mask, right? That comedy tragedy mask. he's very themed around theater and drama. And originally, my idea is he had the big cape, he had the puffy shirt, as I like to call it, right, the pirate shirt, swashbuckling. He had the sword, but he had a hood originally. And once I got that drawn out, I'm like, oh, that looks too Assassin's Creed like, with the
All
hood.
right.
And I kind of didn't want to give him a big hat because I'm like, the hat, it'll make people think too much V for Vendetta,
Yeah.
But I saw the hat on him. I'm like, I wonder if we stick a feather in the hat, you know, uh, and it worked out. I think, the wave in his hat sets him apart, the feather for sure. It gives him an awesome profile. And the mask on the sword guard as well. I thought that was kind of a cool idea. So we threw it all together, and it's just so cool. Like I feel like he's already iconic. I was on Billy Tucci's show,
All
and
right.
Billy asked me, he's like, "Oh, this masquerade character is cool. Is he an old public domain golden age character that you guys are using?" And I'm like, "No, I created him. My brother and I created him like years ago." And he's like, "That's awesome." So it's so cool that the classic look is so classic that it fooled Billy Tucci into thinking he was a character already.
Yeah. It's really impressive. I like it.
Thank you, man. Thanks. So this stuff now here is the bonus comic stuff. This is a little pinup. It might be the cover. We have something in the works that we might do a wraparound cover as well if we could hit a certain goal. But you get this is by Maxi Dallo, the artist of the silhouette and the hobo stories. So he
Okay.
got a chance to draw everybody here on this pinup. Lots of fun. And then you'll get little glimpses into the stories. So this black and white was actually the first masquerade story that I had ever done. It's with a different artist. It's digital art, and it's really fun. This is the first time I wrote the character, and it's a 4-page story, lots of action of the masquerade kind of thwarting this robbery of a theater. This supervillain who we see in the center goes by the name Count Rock von Dragulov, kind of a crazy name for a crazy villain. A lot of his villains are kind of like that Batman 66 style where they have a gimmick to them. So Rock von Dragulov is obsessed with vanity and appearance and is very theatric themselves. He has this big powdered wig, has a gang. Yeah. Uh, very kind of like foppish as well, and has actually a gang of like lackeys, thugs, kind of like Batman 66 style with the powder wigs as well. So it's really fun.
Yeah. It definitely looked like a powdered wig,
Yeah,
like what you imagine when you think of the founding fathers, for example, with those wigs that they would
for
wear.
sure. Yeah. And here's some more Crimstone. This one's fun. This 4-page story takes place like right after the main story with Crimstone in the big book, and they go to a bar, and it goes down. They get into a bar fight. So it's kind of like a continuation, kind of like an epilogue to that story of what's going on that night. And Krim he's ready to fight even more. So he's taking out thugs left and right in this one.
Oh shit. Oh man, that's cool. We got wild card.
Yeah, so this is our 4-page wild card story. And like I said, he lives forever. He's ageless. So the first story we saw him up above, he was in the 1600s, riding the high seas. And in this one, he's around mid 1700s, and he is in Egypt, and he's tracking down Anubis, the god of the underworld, and he's got to have some words with him. So he gets into a really cool fight in this one. He's got his boy Scar, who's the dog. That's his best friend, or a wolf, I should say. And yeah, lots of action. These 4-page stories just really let me explore their personality, get that across to the reader, and put in a lot of fun action in here.
Totally. That was wild card. Oh, and you got some
Yes.
initial information about the pianist.
Yeah, so these are kind of like where when we unlock the next story. So we've unlocked the pianist story. My brother did an awesome turnaround concept art for her. As you can see, she's very music based. By day, she is a pianist in a piano bar, and by night, she goes out and kills people for money. So she's really cool. She's very sexy. You get to see a little bit into her personal life in this 4-page story, and it's going to be really fun, man. Just introducing these characters. I'm so glad we're hitting those stretch goals, and I hope we hit all of them so we could chalk pack this bonus comic with more. And as well with the people, man. We just got here this week. We unlocked the people. EJ Morges is killing it on that concept art, and we're as far as he did some layouts for the pages as well. So the pages are all laid out. We're just going to get started in a month or so on doing those pages. And this character is cool. We haven't talked about him, but the people is kind of like a cross between Daredevil, the Punisher, and Casey Jones.
Right.
He's a regular guy. He doesn't have any powers. He just knows right from wrong. And when the wrong people are not locked up, the people comes to dish out some justice for sure.
Cool. Yeah, I really enjoy looking at production sketches. So you can see what's going through the artist's mind as they try and create brand new characters.
Yeah, I love that stuff. I love putting that together too. We're gonna try to put some of that stuff either in the main book or in that bonus comic, if we could squeeze that in there for everybody, because I know a lot of fans love seeing those concepts.
Add-ons, mini prints, hero stickers. Are those from 6 a.m. Comics?
Yeah, so he did a whole set of all of our heroes from our main book, even the hobo, as you can see right there holding the book. So yeah, you can add those on to any perk. And some of the perks come with the stickers as well, the bigger perks. But yeah, those are going to be fun.
Oh, a Crim mask.
Yeah. Actually, let me see. I think I have it. Where is the Crim mask? Here it is. Yeah, so we made like a prototype of the Crim mask. We wanted, some merch. We see some people putting out merch and stuff. People love the swag. So it's basically a bandana, put it around your face, tie it in the back. It's going to have the Zaid Comics logo here, and we're actually putting the Crimstone logo over here as well. Taz wears a mask like this to hide her identity in the comic. I thought this was perfect, with everything going around now.
Yeah.
Just a cool way to rep Zaid Comics.
All right. So the mask comes with that part plus those goggles. Those.
No. I just wore those to look cool.
Oh.
Those are the sunglasses that she wears in the comic as well.
Okay.
Yeah, so you can add them on, or there's a separate tier that comes with both of the books, a poster, and the mask. Yeah.
Huh. Damn. So then you break out the story. You go through the stretch goals.
Oh, you have me blown up still.
Oh, sorry. Whoopsie. All right. So from the mask and you looking cool, we moved to the story, breaking down the stretch goals. Oh, you even got a trading card from Dan Fraga.
Yeah, man. He's going to start on that, I think, next week now that Black Flag is in demand. Dude, it's crazy. It was 11K when we passed that. I was so happy. And he agreed to it. He actually really likes the character Crimstone. Is his favorite. And that character is like, totally 90s inspired. So I wanted him to just go 90s wild on the trading card, and I can't wait to see it, man.
That's going to be epic.
Yeah, to work with Dan on something is a dream
Oh,
come true. He's been such a good friend. Yeah.
so you guys have known each other in the industry for a while?
No, I met him, I want to say in October. I started going on his stream
Oh,
before he was even in Comicsgate. He started streaming again. I'd been following him for a while, and I just hopped on because he put the link in the chat. So ever since then, I kind of was telling him about Comicsgate. Of course, he's good friends with Ethan,
uh-huh.
and I was kind of like the CG representative that would go on Dan's stream every time he would stream. And I
Cool.
showed him Magic Cop, I showed him the Lost pages, what we were dealing with. I helped him set up his pre-launch page for the Black Flag.
Oh, nice.
And yeah, he's been an awesome friend to me. And it's crazy that he's going to be drawing Crimstone because I know he's going to just knock it out of the park, man.
Oh, hell yeah. With his style, man.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
his love of 80s and 90s
Yeah,
stuff. Oh, hell yeah. That's going to be awesome.
for sure.
Let's see. So you also unlocked the Passion for Drawing trading card for the Masquerade.
Yep.
Bonus comic. Doodle back doing a trading card for the pianist.
Mm-hmm.
EJ Morg. Is it Morgus or Morges?
I think it's Morges.
Morges. EJ Morges. All right. The People trading card by Avery Buttersworth.
Yeah, he's doing some killer stuff. He did a fan art piece for the silhouette,
Really?
and it was so cool, man. So he was looking for work, and I'm like, I need someone to do a trading card for the People, and he's like, yeah, I'll do it, man. So trying to give back to the community, these amazing artists that are doing fan art, and that was the first time I saw him, and we hired him to do this. So trying to get as much love out there for the CG artists.
Yeah. There are so many talented people in this movement. It's freaking amazing.
Oh, I agree, dude.
All right. So working towards the 17,000 goal for the Vane 4-page short story.
Yeah, man. Vane is it's kind of a character that's going to take us more into the supernatural side of the Lost pages. He is a demon bounty hunter from hell who is tasked to come up to Earth to bring back these demons that have kind of escaped hell and drag them down there. And he's badass, man. He's a minotaur, so he's got a bullhead. He's got a huge gun. He's totally ultra testosterone. He's gonna be cool, dude. And Simon Sympothier is doing the art on that one, and we got Preston Acevedo on that trading card. And then after that is the big Kyung Lee one. Yeah.
You got a lot of great talent on this.
Yeah.
So
Trying, man.
for all physical backers, 100 backers, the Masquerade Paper Mask, 200 backers, Lost Pages postcard, and 250 backers, MP3 of the Lost Pages theme song for all backers.
Yeah.
So there's an official theme song.
Yeah, that was something we did for the Magic Cop as well. We had our boy Vosto Vlad, who did the Magic Cop theme song. He did the theme songs for Deathsworn, for Monster MD. So we hired on for Magic Cop. We put that in the trailer, and then we did the same thing. We gave it away as an MP3 for all the backers when we hit a goal. So, it was super 80s, very Miami Vice. And, we're doing the same thing here. Vosto made an awesome theme song. You could hear it briefly in the trailer. And we're going to be giving that away if we hit 250 backers.
Definitely got to make that.
Yeah. So these are kind of like bios. So these are like the descriptions that will be on the back of the trading cards. just so the backers could, come in here, learn a little bit more about the characters, and yeah, get their personality, what they're all about, kind of a little bit of backstory as well, and just a little something extra for you guys.
It's really cool. I like the layout, the design, the format.
Thank you.
You were talking about how you guys have the one guy doing all your logos.
Yeah.
They're freaking cool. They're
Thanks, man.
unique, and they connect directly back to the character themselves.
Yeah.
It really works well.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that.
So we got all this awesome talent.
Yeah, and we're going to be adding more to those creators list as well. I got to put EJ on there because our bonus comic keeps growing and growing. That's going to probably it could be up to 40 pages once we hit all the stretch goals. So you're going to get a 60-page graphic novel with a around 40-page extra bonus book with more stuff and fan art and all that stuff. So yeah.
So I was trying to do a little bit of background before you joined.
Yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but Zade Comics is literally your last name just reversed.
That is correct, brother. Yeah, you got it.
All right. And so you and your brother started Zade Comics, and was this something you guys have been thinking about doing for years, and you guys finally decided now's the time?
So the kind of like the journey of Zade Comics started back in like 2010, 2011, when we came up with the character, the Silhouette. It was originally a joke character. Most of our ideas start as jokes. So the Silhouette was like this. The idea came from the Shadow. We're like, okay, the Shadow he's a man that can turn into a shadow, right? What if there was a guy who was just always a shadow? He couldn't ever change back to a human. He would be useless because he just turned on a light and that's his weakness, So we're like started expanding from there, and he came in. He became kind of a cooler character. We took more seriously. His villains were wackier. So in 2012, we actually published a Silhouette comic. And here's issue 2. Now, issue 2 came out in 2014, so we weren't very productive. But this is issue 2 of the Silhouette. And yeah, no one has these. I mean, if you're from Chicago and went to Wizard World, maybe you have one. But this was, let's open it up. It wasn't drawn. It was photographs shot in front of a green screen of myself and my friends, and then my brother photoshopped them to make it look like a comic.
Whoa, that's creative.
So yeah, check that out. So there's the Silhouette. Here is a villain. His name back then was Ashman because he was a fire guy. And we kind of like, people would make fun of him, calling him Ass Man and stuff. So we didn't really take ourselves too seriously or the characters. But I actually thought the explosions and stuff looked pretty cool in this comic. The Silhouette. So this is where it all started, man. It just came from one character, the Silhouette. All these villains, these other heroes you're seeing in the Lost pages sprang up from his universe. So it just kept growing and growing over the years because we stopped. I went to college. I was right out of high school in 2012. So I went to college. We stopped doing these as, it was life got in the way. So, but all through college, I was still writing, going to writing classes. I really like this panel where he's getting his head blown open. It's pretty cool. But I was writing about the Silhouette. I was writing about Wildcard and building this universe, expanding it. And so this is years in the making. This is the first time we're on a large scale bringing these characters out. So yeah, that's how we got started, man. always, had Zade Comics in the back of my head. I always wanted to be a writer, write comic books. It's my passion, and I'm so glad that I'm able to share it with everybody, because I think the company and the comics have come a long way,
Uh-huh.
for sure.
Excuse me.
So,
So
yeah,
go
go on.
ahead. Go
No,
ahead.
you're good. I didn't have anything to say.
So do you predominantly do all the writing of the storylines, the arcs, and all that stuff?
Yeah, so if back then, uh, we had my brother and I sat down and kind of like arced out a big kind of like silhouette timeline. Wild Card was involved there, um, everybody basically, and then there was an ending to the story too, and it was going to be so many volumes. It was going to take 5 years to get to put out and stuff. But now I've kind of reorganized, revised everything. Brandon hit a huge role in creating these characters with me.
Uh-huh.
Um, but I do all the writing now. Same with Magic Hop. Like, I'll definitely bounce ideas off of Brandon. I'm like, what do you think about this? I kind of need an idea for this. He'll help me out that way. But yeah, everything in the Lost Pages was written by me.
And does Brandon do artwork?
Yeah,
Still?
so he did all the concepts, like the original OG concepts, like Silhouette, Wild Card, those concepts like from back in the day, which I would show to our new artists to kind of get like a revised version, right? So we'd use that as a base. We created this character with, he looked like this and stuff like that. Brandon did all the artwork for Magic Cop, and he's doing the pianist story as well in here.
All right. Do you guys ever find yourself butting heads? You're trying to, like, you're so passionate about a particular idea or element that you think is a must have for the story to work. And you guys go back and forth for a while.
I think sometimes, like if I want an edit to some art, on Magic Hop or something, and Brand doesn't think it's a big deal, but I really want it, updated or fixed or changed or something like that. We could butt heads that way. Story ideas, not so much. I've been working with him since I was out of high school, so him and I have a really good relationship, business relationship, and familial relationship as well.
That's good.
So yeah, we don't butt heads too much too often.
Now, all right. So this is your second campaign. Your first one was actually Magic Cop.
Yeah.
At what point did you realize you could, pull in all these awesome creators that you looked up to?
Dude, yeah.
Did you just
Uh,
want everyone streaming their mothers and advertise the hell out of it, and then it caught their attention, and they said, "Yeah,
well,
yeah,
here's, that was one way, right? That's kind of like how I got people to recognize Zade Comics and Magic Hop, is going into streams, hopping on shows when I can, going to promote just like this. But a lot of it was kind of networking, right? So getting to know these other artists and creators, in chat rooms, on Twitter, when you do go hop on streams, and just vibing off of each other, mixing our personalities. I feel like I'm someone that could get along with anyone, and I feel like people see that, and I guess they want to hang out with me. I don't know. For a while there, we us and kind of my CG buddies, we while I was lettering Magic Hop, staying up until like 4 in the morning working on it, getting the letters done. We would all jump in a Google Hangout,
mm-hmm.
and they would draw. We would just talk and banter while we would work on comics, and that stuff is awesome. That's how you build friendships.
Yeah,
So it's crazy to see where I was like 2.5 years ago when I had these Lost Pages stories, and I was looking for someone to draw my wild card Staccato at Sea story, and I couldn't find anybody. I had friends who were artists that I unfortunately paid beforehand, and they just never gave me anything, right? So, or they would give me one concept, piece of concept art, and it sucked. It's you get burned that way because you don't know. I was really green. I had never worked with a professional artist, and I thought my buddies could help me out. So, but that changed, and the big factor of that point where I was back then to where I am now is Comicsgate.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Hanging out with all the CG guys, becoming good friends, and now I know endless artists that want to make some sweet stuff, and through one way or another, they think I'm a cool creator. They like my work, my ideas, the stuff we're doing at Zaid Comics, and
Yeah.
they want to help out. Like, it's crazy. Like guys like Joe Ball, amazing artist, super detailed, and a friend of mine now that I look up to on how talented he is, and he told me that he wants to work with me because he likes my ideas. That's mind blowing to me.
Wow.
It's so cool to see such talent want to be a part of something that I'm a part of.
Yeah.
So,
That's awesome.
really fortunate for everybody in CG.
Yeah. Very, very cool. It's an amazing network for sure.
Oh yeah, yeah. And then look at what's up.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, and look at this cover, man. Simon Bisley. Like when I came in here, you were talking about 2000 AD. Lobo, Batman, Heavy Metal Magazine. I would have never, maybe one point down the line, but not this soon, been able to land a cover from Simon Bisley if it wasn't through the CG network.
Uh-huh.
Like, specifically, one of my buddies knew his, a way to contact him, and my buddy's in CG, I'm in CG. It was just the perfect time, the perfect place, and I was able to get Simon on board to do this comic. And on top of that, our featured tier, you could get the book signed by Simon Bisley.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
Damn. That is a win.
Yeah.
On this one character, does his tattoo really read this?
So that's Krim. So him being imaginary, his tattoos can change however we want them to, or
Oh,
however Taz wants them to. So for the cover, it says "read this." In action sequences, when he's punching someone in the face, it'll say KO. Like knockout punch on his arm. So it changes with Taz's mood, and the action. It could be sound effects, stuff like that. So I really wanted that cool tattoo vibe to him, but I know this was kind of like the real reason we did it. We wanted the tattoos, but I know tattoos are a pain in the ass for artists to draw in every panel, right? Because they got to be exact. Well, this character, they don't have to be exact. They could change however the artist wants them to change.
yeah, that gives him a lot of freedom. It not as much pressure, I'd say.
Yeah, for sure.
And if you ever plan on releasing like a statue or a figure of this, you can have replaceable arms where you have different tattoos on them.
Yeah, man, that would be awesome. Dude, I'm a huge statue guy. I got 3 sideshows sitting right in front of me. My holy grails. I got. Yeah, dude, I can show you them if you want to see.
Yeah, please.
Let's see here. Let's see if we can get some light on them.
So
we got
eventually, but oh wow, what the?
Got Hellboy.
Oh, all right.
Hellboy. We got up top. We got Swamp Thing in the dark there.
Oh,
he's tall, man. He reaches my ceiling. So we got Swamp Thing and Cranius. Huge Swamp Thing fan. And then down here we got my Holy Grail.
Whoa.
Yeah, man. Oh, and he's got dog too.
Oh man, that's cute.
So yeah, I love statues, and
Yeah.
it would be amazing to get a Crimstone statue, any of these characters, even Magikarp.
Hell yeah.
That would be so fun.
That is cool. That is so cool. So let's check these out here. Oh, let's play the trailer again.
Cool.
The Lost Pages, the minds and hands of City Comics, comes the first book in their connected universe of heroes, with a cover by legendary illustrator Simon Bisley. The Lost Pages is the story of a magical book in the hands of a homeless man. Within it are tales lost to time, of heroes from different eras and walks of life, all protecting humanity from evil. As the word of the book is spoken around a trash fire, new crusaders of justice will be revealed to this world. A supernatural vigilante on the hard streets of Chicago named the Silhouette. An ancient sorcerer battling horrific myth on the high seas known as Wild Card. A modern-day mental monster from the mind of a bodybuilder babe, Crimstone. And a pulp hero from the 1930s, a master of disguise donning the mask of the masquerade. This is just the beginning, for in the future these heroes and more will come together to write the end of the world. But for now, the ink of life flows on every page. Will you be there to read it? Only on Indiegogo. Only on Indiegogo.
You like that?
Me up at the very end.
Yeah, that was my brother.
Did he do the whole voiceover?
Yeah, except for that last part. Yeah.
Okay. So,
I did the rest of it.
Oh, all right. You did the rest of it. Okay.
Yeah.
That just cracks me up. So checking out the perks here. Let me see. So where are we in? We're at 15,587. 519% of 3 flexible goal. 3 days left of funding. Are you guys planning on going to In Demand next?
So we actually have another. We could extend another 30 days if we wanted to. So yeah. So we might do that. I think it ends Sunday. Yeah.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Wait, today's Thursday.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Yeah. Because we launched on the 28th, so I think that should be the same thing.
Yeah, from what I understand, you want to get it as close as possible to the expiration, but you don't want to wait so long that and it closes on you.
Yeah, that would suck.
Yeah, it would. So checking out the perks, we got the Bisley signed pack.
Yeah. So that is our featured tier now. There's only 25 of them. There's actually 13, have been claimed already.
Hoo-wee.
So yeah, this is if you're a big Bisley fan, he's gonna sign that main book for you. It's gonna come to you signed by him, as well as the bonus comic is gonna come with that. It's gonna come with a fold-out poster of that beautiful Bisley cover and those 6 a.m. comics sticker sheets. Now, if you guys, want the Bisley pack, but you also want something else like an original page of art, we could, definitely set something up. Just message us when you have time. We want to talk about that. That's totally fine. Just hit us up. We could add that to you.
So original page of art is not necessarily something that's classified as an add-on that you can
Right. Yeah.
check out.
Right. We don't have them as add-ons, but if you're someone that wants original art and something that's not available, like that Bisley signed tier, you'll be able to just let us know. We'll set something up for you.
All right. So all right. Let me see if I understand. The Simon Bisley signed book is the book.
Yes, the main book. Yeah.
And then you got bonus comic. What? I'm sorry. What is the bonus comic exactly?
The bonus comic is that collection of 4-page stories that grows every time we hit another stretch goal.
Oh, gotcha. All right. Cool. Yeah, all right, sweet. The fold-out cover poster, is that roughly 11 by 7? I mean,
it's going to be bigger. So if you got Vestige that came with a fold-out cover, a fold-out poster, it's going to be the same size as that.
okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. All right. And how many stickers were there total?
There is, oh man, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think it's 6 stickers. So it's everybody on the cover plus the hobo.
Oh, all right, nice. And then we've got the signed book.
Yep. That is signed by us. It's your basic book. Comes with all those add-ons, the trading cards, and more.
Signed by you and your brother, meaning?
Yes.
All
yeah,
right.
yeah.
Cool. And then we got the digital book.
Yep, and that's going to come with those digital stretch goals, which are the song. If we hit that 250 backers, as well as the printout for the blockhead of the silhouettes.
Oh, right, yeah. And then the next one is signed book plus bonus comic.
Yeah, so this is like once we run out of those Bisley signed books, this is like our basic featured tier. So if you guys are loving the Lost pages, you want the most content possible, you're going to get this signed book and bonus comic. It's going to have all the reading material you need.
And this is going to be signed by you and your brother, right?
Yes, yeah.
And then
all the copies, yeah.
Both books plus the Crimstone masks.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah, just that basic tier plus the mask.
Copy the 60-page. All right, so I'm kind of a noob when it comes to these kinds of masks. So you pull it around, and then I guess you're supposed to tie a knot on the back.
Yeah, you just tie the two ends in, just like if you were gonna use a handkerchief around your face, stuff like that. Kind of like the old bandit masks, Right.
And it ends up being long enough so that you could easily tie a knot or two.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Cool. Let's see here. Copy of the graphic novel. So you got the signed book, the bonus comic, the fold-out cover poster, and the mask.
Yep.
All right. Boy, that's pretty damn reasonable. Whew. Only $60. We got the last pages double back.
Yeah, so if you have a buddy that likes comics, you guys could get in on this together. Comes with 2 of both of the books and 2 posters. If you want to keep one to sell or in mint condition, for sure this is a good one. And of course, you could always add on the mask if you do like the mask or the stickers in the add-on section. The mask I think is $10. Stickers are $4. So yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I think these kinds of tiers, like double packs or 4 of each, are pretty handy also for your backers who are international.
Yeah,
because they can go in it with their friends or family and split the cost of shipping 2 or 4 ways or however many.
for sure.
So it becomes more economical for them instead of a single book costing like $25 for shipping. Let's see here. We've got the lost pages plus a bonus comic plus a sketch. Whoa, check that out.
Yeah, so this is, we're getting into the tiers with original art now. So if you guys, want a sketch, we're giving you this big pack plus an original sketch by either Joe Ball or Maria. And I'm gonna, when it comes time for that, I'm gonna get in contact with you guys to see what you want them to draw, which character from the book. So we want to make this as great as possible for you guys that do like these sketches. It's going to be very personal, depending on which character you want, or if you want a random one, that's cool too. So yeah, you could choose between 2 artists when you get this one.
Huh. All right. By the way, Philip, do you draw?
Not well, not well.
Okay.
I wish I could. Here's you want to see one of my drawings. This is a drawing I did on Doodle and Chill a couple weeks ago.
Oh, okay.
This is Val Kilmer from Tombstone.
So is that going to be part of another tier?
No,
Art tier?
no, not for me, man. Just for fun. Just for
fun. Drawing Aces, welcome. Hail,
hey,
hail, boys.
what's up, Ace?
Uh,
Hail the Ace.
Highly recommend picking that up. Yeah.
Yeah. Ace picked that up.
Sweet. That is a good one.
Mm-hmm.
And then we've got the retailer pack. This is also a good way to go in with several people.
Oh, for sure, yeah. So you're getting four of each of the books and a couple posters there. And here's that more of that original art. This is the original inks, the 11x17 board of that Masquerade trading card by Passion for Drawing. Also, if you get an original like this, it's going to give the artist a little bonus. So it's not just going to the campaign; it's going to these great artists as well. And we took a look at that earlier. That Masquerade card is so cool, and it's awesome that he's letting us sell it up here on the campaign.
The one-of-a-kind original 11x17 inks of the Masquerade trading card. Gosh, that's a cool image. I like that.
Yeah, he did a killer job on that one.
Original silhouette page plus book.
Yeah, so now these are the next 3 tiers are the same, but they're depending on which character you want the page from, right? So this first one's the silhouette. You get both books, the poster, and a page of your choice from the silhouette story. If you want a random one, you don't want spoilers, that's fine. But when time comes to pick your page, you're free to pick whichever silhouette page you want. First come, first serve, of course. No one's gotten any of the silhouettes, so you'll have free reign if you are the first one. And there's some killer pages on there. I mean, just that first one alone, where you see him walking in the street, is so cool to put up on a wall. So we got the silhouette. The next one is Crimstone by Maria the Wolf, doing these Crimstone pages. I mean, you see the detail right there. That's the amount of detail she's putting in all of her pages, man. Really, really cool stuff.
So there were 10 pages of silhouette in the story, but there's 9.
Yeah. So the each story is it varies from around 12 to 14 pages in the main book.
All right.
And we're keeping some pages as well for the artist.
Nice. All right, that makes sense.
Yep.
So that was a Crimstone page and book tier. Then you get the wild card page and book. Nice.
Yep, we sold one of those. Yeah, I mean, Joe Ball's super detailed black and whites, man. They're beautiful. So definitely check those out as well. And again, you'll be able to see and pick and choose which pages you want. And then the last one there is the double page spreads. Right now, there's two beautiful double page spreads. As you can see in that small picture, that is the Crimstone one where he's beating down that dude in the cage
Oh
match.
yeah. Damn.
Yeah. So that's that full page. It's two big sheets of paper, and then the other one you could choose is the Joe Ball one, which hasn't been done yet, but it's a awesome, going to be a wild card double page spread of him throwing a fireball through some skeletons. It's going to be cool. Yeah.
Man, all kinds of great choices. So then we've got the original Simon Bisley cover. Oh yeah.
Dude, Wise, this is the big one, man. Simon Bisley, the original pencils and inks, going to be shipped over from the UK. It is glorious, and that picture right there is what it looks like. Pencils and inks, black and white. If you liked how it looks black and white, one of the mini prints you could add on to your book is actually a black and white cover mini print. But man, this is the real deal. It's the original art. It comes with both of the books. That main book is going to be signed by Bisley because this is such a big tier. You're going to get his signature on there. You're going to get the poster as well as the 6 a.m. stickers all in one pack.
Man, wow. Just wow.
Yeah.
And then these other ones have already sold out.
Yep. Yeah. Fortunately.
Yeah, the tiers in campaigns where you get drawn into the book, those are quite popular.
Yeah. Yeah. It's fun.
It's like you're being added into the history books.
For sure, man. No, it's awesome seeing that stuff, and fans get excited about that, picking up the perk and actually getting to see themselves in the book.
Yeah,
that's fun, dude.
Such a crack up. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Excuse me. And then also sold out is the book plus comic, bonus comic plus poster plus. Oh, all right. Original Crim.
Yeah, that was that cover, man, that I showed you. That one sold this morning. So.
Dang. For good reason. That's freaking awesome.
For sure.
And there's the color version, the black and white one we were looking at.
Yeah.
Tier. Whew.
Beautiful. I'm super happy about the campaign. My whole team, man. I'm so fortunate to be working with these great artists and friends of mine, man. They're great people as well. So, yeah, everybody that's watching this, check out the campaign. We got, like it says, 3 days left for our first 30 days, and we want to see, how high we can get it, how many backers we could get, because for me, it's about getting these stories out into people's hands.
Uh-huh.
It's not about the money. Well, I need the money to produce it, of course. That's why we have crowdfunding, which is amazing.
Right.
And I just want everybody to know about these characters because I'm super excited about them. It's my passion, dude. And seeing how excited other people get is even better. It's so cool. You're seeing the fan art, stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt.
No problem.
The fact that people become so invested and passionate about your project that they take the time to make fan art has got to be one of the most thrilling feelings in the world.
Dude, it is. The first time we had fan art for Magic Cop, man, that was the first time that I felt that. It's like nothing else. It's like, someone is drawing stuff you created, like these are your kids that you've thought of and they think they're cool enough to draw them themselves. Mm-hmm. So amazing. We're doing a fan art contest right now. It ends the 30th, I believe.
Oh my, really?
Yeah. So we've got awesome fan art entries with that. It's so cool. It's so cool.
Is it being advertised through the Twitter handle at Zade Comics?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. So I've been putting it, my handle as well. We got it on there. A lot of people are doing that. So if you guys have fan arts, tag me, tag Zade Comics, do hashtag LP fan art for the Lost Pages, and we'll get you in there. We'll see. The winner of that is going to get a spot in the actual book with their fan art, and also they're going to get a free copy of the book.
Huh. Uh, let's see here. I'm just gonna message here. So the end of the fan art contest. Tag. What is the hashtag?
Hashtag LP fan art.
All right. And then at Zade Comics and at excuse me.
At Phil Pops, FILLPOPS. This is right here.
Boom, 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 boom.
Yeah, definitely check that out. It's been a lot of fun. In fact, that's how we found the artist for our Masquerade story. Alan Alonso was the winner of our Magic Cop fan art contest. And we loved his stuff so much, we hired him to do Masquerade.
Nice. All right, sweet. And let's watch the trailer one final time for the night.
Sweet.
Let's see, I think I got the volume right.
The Lost Pages, in the minds and hands of Zade Comics, comes the first book in their connected universe of heroes, with a cover by legendary illustrator Simon Bisley. The Lost Pages is the story of a magical book in the hands of a homeless man. Within it are tales lost to time, of heroes from different eras and walks of life, all protecting humanity from evil. As the word of the book is spoken around a trash fire, new crusaders of justice will be revealed to this world. A supernatural vigilante on the hard streets of Chicago named the Silhouette. An ancient sorcerer battling horrific myth on the high seas known as Wild Card. A modern-day mental monster from the mind of a bodybuilder babe, Brimstone. And a pulp hero from the 1930s, a master of disguise donning the mask of the masquerade. This is just the beginning, for in the future these heroes and more will come together to write the end of the world. But for now, the ink of life flows on every page. Will you be there to read it? Only on Indiegogo. Only on Indiegogo!
Keep waiting for that last part. Did you use like a voice modulator on the?
For my part, yeah, I think my brother dipped my voice down a little bit, but yeah, it's fun doing these trailers, man. I dig it.
Yeah, for sure. Zade Comics says, "Hail the chat." Is that you controlling it?
That is me.
All right, I thought at first it might have been your brother. Well, I wanted to thank you so very much. It's time to bring this stream to a close. I appreciate you coming on, Philip. It's been an honor.
Thanks, man. Yeah, it was fun. It was awesome talking with you, chatting with you about this stuff. Because I know you're really passionate about all this stuff too. I could tell. Yeah, if you guys are watching, hit that like button and subscribe to this channel for sure for some awesome content.
Thanks very much. Would you share with the audience how people can get a hold of you?
Yeah, yeah. You could find me on Twitter with these handles right here. We got at Phil Pops. That's my kind of personal everyday Twitter. And then Zaid Comics is for the company. So you can message me on either one of those if you want. And then we have our YouTube channel, Zaid Comics. Check that out. We do a lot of streaming. We do videos every week, update videos as well. And yeah, what else? Go to zaidcomics.com where you could find our Etsy page where we have t-shirts that we're selling, Magic Cop t-shirts, Lost Pages t-shirts with that beautiful Simon Bisley cover. You can get those shirts as well. And back to Lost Pages, guys. It's really helping us out to make these books and make future books. Once we hit a certain goal where we're able to put this book out to everybody, the leftover funds we're going to throw into Magic Cop 2. That's already in production. My brother's drawing pages for that. This is our passion. We want to do this full time, bring you guys these awesome stories. And I would say definitely if you're going to back the Lost Pages, get that bonus comic with it. Comes with much more content. You're going to regret not getting that one if you miss out on that bonus comic. And check out the original art because it's one of a kind. It's beautiful, and you're not going to regret picking that up in the future. So yeah. Thanks, Wise Guys, man. It's been awesome.
Oh, likewise, man. You can find me on Twitter at Wise Guys Tweets. I will gradually start delving also into Twitch, so I'll be at Wise Guys Twitches, and under YouTube, it's Wise Guys Entertainment. So thank you all again for joining us. Another video or stream coming up soon. And thank you again to our special guest, Phillip Diaz.
Thank you.
And hope to have you on future shows.
Oh, for sure, man. Anytime, yeah.
All right. Well, and in the broadcast in 3,